What's up everyone, and welcome back to the Bold and the Beautiful 24 official channel. Before we begin, please hit the subscribe button today. Let's get started. Ridge makes a beeline for Brooke after ditching Taylor, and Will gets the shock of his life. The Bold and Beautiful, Katie encourages Brooke, Taylor accepts the inevitable, and Liam assists Will in determining Luna's location. Taylor warns Ridge at the guesthouse that she will not let him fall for Brooke again, which is probably too late. She proclaims that the blonde's ludicrous hold on him will end today. Brooke is stressing to Katie at Forrester's main office right now about Taylor and Ridge setting a wedding date. A buyer walks in and, strangely, encourages Brooke not to give up on Ridge before leaving with a dress. Katie tries to motivate Brooke by talking about how he saved her life. That reminded him of his want to be with her. Brooke recalls the momentous event and grins, then worries that his sense of commitment to Taylor will prevail. Katie leaves her alone to stew. Across town, Ridge apologizes to Taylor for hurting her. Taylor realizes it's all due of the incident in Naples in which he nearly lost Brooke. It made him realize what life would be like without her. Taylor hugs him and cries before pulling back and informing Ridge that she will be okay. He wipes away tears as they both agree they will always have this. Taylor drinks the Kool-Aid and declares that Brooke must be his fate after all. In Forrester's design office, Will seeks Liam's assistance in finding someone. In his own odd rendition of Cinderella, Will informs his half-brother that he has to locate a woman via text message. Liam sits down at his laptop to go to work, remarking that he thought the crazy was out of Will's life now that Luna had left. Liam narrows it down to one of 3 top-floor flats in a certain building, and Will takes off. Will Luna be exposed? Lee gets home and finds Luna hiding the pregnancy test kit and chastises her for her filthy room. Luna is eager to gain her freedom and resume her life. Lee, who had just returned home, now has to go out again. She asks Luna to be patient. Luna does the exact opposite, going to the bathroom to take another pregnancy test, which will definitely be negative. Here is why. At that very time, Will creeps around in the corridor and opens the door to Lee's quarters, putting the Bold in Bold and Beautiful. He forages around the cluttered bedroom until Luna makes a commotion in the bathroom, angry because the test results are negative. Will calls out and tries to open the door. He chastises her for her actions that night and refuses to leave until she appears. Luna opens the door and smiles. Will gestures and exclaims, "No, no, no. You've died. Destiny activated." Brooke is in tears in the Forrester office, walking down Ridge memory lane, when he arrives in the doorway. He states that he does not want to love her, presents a single red rose, and proposes. Brooke accepts. She will always be Logan's. They kiss. Ridge Forrester's romantic merry-go-round has spun once more, and this time it has stopped exactly where long-time viewers knew it would, at Brooke Logan's doorstep, with a single rose in his hand and a desperate proposal on his lips, while Taylor Hayes is left wiping away tears of heartbreak and pretending to be at peace with the inevitable. Ridge makes a beeline for Brooke in the Bold and the Beautiful's latest storyline after cutting Taylor loose, but the fallout affects more than just the Forresters and Logans. It also spills over into a parallel plot involving Will Spencer, who gets the shock of his life when his masked mystery woman finally unmasks herself in Lee's apartment. It all starts at the guesthouse, where Taylor, who has been torn between hope and despair for weeks, meets Ridge with fire in her eyes and grief in her voice. She cautions him not to be weak, not to let Brooke's ludicrous hold on him dictate his future, and not to let history repeat itself as it has in the past. Ridge, despite his troubled faces and numerous shoulder shrugs, can't conceal what his heart has already decided. He apologizes to Taylor for hurting her, and she understands what he means. She has seen this film before, as have all viewers who have ever tuned in to B&B. Ridge can never totally close the door on Brooke, not after a near-death experience in Naples sparked the flame of destiny in his heart. Taylor clings to him, sobbing into his chest, and pulls back with a defeated grin, assuring him that she will be all right. She vows that she loves him enough to let him leave, effectively blessing the route that takes him right back to Brooke. Ridge wipes away her tears, and they both agree that they will always have a relationship, but as Taylor returns to the shadows, she declares out loud what everyone already knows. Brooke must be Ridge's fate after all. Brooke is pacing like a restless ghost across town, in Forrester Creations' main office, voicing her anxieties to Katie Logan, who has been her biggest supporter through this latest round of heartbreak. Brooke expresses her concern that Ridge is ready to seal a future with Taylor by selecting a wedding date, and the prospect nearly crushes her. Katie calmly listens, reminding Brooke of the Naples incident in which Ridge almost lost her forever, and how he knew he could never genuinely live without her. Katie argues that this recollection, not some false sense of obligation to Taylor, will bring him back to her. A wealthy buyer interrupts the sisterly pep session, appreciating Brooke's work and curiously advising her not to give up on Ridge before leaving the office in a dress. Katie smiles knowingly, encouraging Brooke to take heart before leaving her alone to reflect on Ridge's kisses, promises, and betrayals. Brooke sits at her computer, her eyes welling up with tears as she recalls Ridge saving her life, whispering to her that he loved her and choosing her despite the pandemonium. She tells herself that his duty to Taylor may exceed his love, and she prepares for the worst. But destiny has different intentions. Ridge emerges in the doorway at that very moment, clutching a single red rose and staring at Brooke with the same passion that has marked their decades-long relationship. He acknowledges he doesn't want to love her, but he can't help himself. He admits that she is and will always be Logan's. Brooke gasps, tears streaming down her cheeks, as he goes forward and asks her to take him back, to welcome him again despite the hurt. Without hesitation, Brooke accepts both the rose and Ridge's proposal, sealing it with a kiss that reignites Bridge's eternal flame. But while Ridge and Brooke are rediscovering their destiny, another plot is blooming on the opposite side of Los Angeles. Will Spencer, still reeling from his private veiled encounter, goes to his half-brother Liam Spencer for assistance in locating the mysterious woman who has been texting him. In a weird soap opera twist evocative of Cinderella, Will presents Liam with a digital trail of text messages, including a disturbing note from his alleged hidden lover. Liam, reverting to his computer geek background, swiftly narrows the search down to one of 3 flats on the top floor of a specific building. Will takes off, desperate to find out the truth, while Liam reminds him that he believed the madness had ended when Luna left his life. Unfortunately, Liam is mistaken. Will creeps along the corridor and pushes open the unlocked door to Lee's flat, unaware that Luna is dealing with the aftermath of another failed pregnancy test. Luna, determined to maintain her twisted fantasy, had been thinking about her night with Will while Lee chastised her for her filthy room and lectured her on responsibilities. When Lee leaves on an errand, Luna rushes to the toilet, staring at the test with rage as the results confirm what she already knows: her alleged pregnancy is a fraud. As she curses under her breath, Will's voice rings out from the bedroom. He entered the flat and began rummaging among the clutter, captivated by the sounds coming from the bathroom. He demands that she come out, calling her out for what happened that night, and refuses to go until she appears. The tension rises until Luna opens the toilet door with a wicked smile, presenting herself as the disguised woman who has turned Will's life upside down. Will reels back, his eyes wide with horror, saying that this cannot be true, that she is supposed to be gone, and that she is as good as dead to him. Luna smirks, taunting him with the reality, as Will realizes with horror that his worst fears have been fulfilled. Meanwhile, Lee is on her way home, unaware that her granddaughter's terrible secret has just been revealed and that Will's encounter could escalate at any time. The parallel narratives unfold like 2 halves of the same coin. On one side, Ridge finally accepts his fate with Brooke, while on the other, Will faces a nightmare come true as Luna taunts him with her mask, deceit, and obsession. The Bold and the Beautiful demonstrates once more that love, obsession, and fate are the lifeblood of its storytelling, weaving together high romance and high stakes in a way that keeps viewers engaged, shouting at their screens, and impatiently anticipating the next twist.